Hello, beautiful humans. It has been quite some time, but we are back with another video. This one is probably going to be around, once I finish editing the intro and outro, it'll probably be around 40 to 45 minutes. So she's long, she's good, we love her. There is a 5-minute clip in the very beginning. It's the last market of 2024. Also, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Sorry I didn't say that yet. I do say that later in the video, but the first 5 minutes is a little bit of my last market of 2024. Then it rolls straight into my first ever art exhibition. It was an opening for the Artful Exchange Gallery. I was so honored to be a part of it. I have a clip in there. I talk about it later in the video as well. And then I thought it would be fun to basically go through my entire at-home tattooing setup and how I go about that. So there is all of the equipment that I use, and literally from start to finish, my entire setup to tattoo at home. And then you also see me tattoo a little bit, which is really cool. And I also discuss what you are seeing behind me, which is the start of my little ceramic area of my studio. I have started hand building ceramics. I don't have any photos. I do talk a lot about it in the video as well. There is a talking portion that's pretty long. I'm pretty much just here to recap the video so you know what is about to happen and what you're about to watch. So I really hope you enjoy. I will catch you all at the end. So grab your favorite beverage or coffee and let's hang up and catch out. What? Let's hang out and catch up. Good morning. It is officially Friday, December 6th, one day before the market. Am I out of focus? I am always out of focus, I swear. I just finished editing a video for my brother. Go check out his channel. It is iCube. And it's a channel on cubing, all things cubing. There's tutorials, I'm brain farting right now, let me think. Tutorials from beginner, all the beginner is up currently, and then he's gonna be doing a intermediate and advanced tutorial on how to solve the cube. He also has a like warm-up videos where you just like warm up and vibe to lo-fi. So really cool playlist. It's just a chill vibe over there, so go check him out. I did a mock setup. I'm gonna walk over to my mock setup in a second to show you what I'm looking at for the market setup. But I'm pretty much done with everything except for packing up some thank you like little packages that have like all of my information, my business card, and like fun little stickers. But I also have to, I basically just need to price these out. So I'm gonna put prices on the back of them. But I felt like packing up stickers like this would be like a nice little stocking stuffer, something like that. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Oh, update. If you watched my last video on me making these gigantic pieces of art, I got accepted into the gallery, which is going to be next week, and I'm going to be sharing that as well on this vlog. That's all I have as of right now. I'm going to be uploading this video for him and then labeling my stickers, packing everything up, and the next clip you'll see is probably going to be me heading to the market. So join me. Actually, not yet. I'm going to show you my setup. Let's do that. Good morning, beautiful humans. I hope you all are doing well. It is officially January. Happy New Year. I hope that your New Year's was good. And I hope you have some New Year's resolutions or intentions, goals. I feel like I have some intentions that are obtainable and little, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Routine. Like I have little routines that I think will get me to where I want to be. But I also want to leave 2025 open to unravel itself and just kind of just trust myself as I go throughout 2025 and just like, trust my gut. I feel like that's the one thing that I really did great at in last year. Just letting things not necessarily be, because I think my anxiety kind of took over a little bit in certain areas, but I do think I trusted myself a lot more. I tried a ton of new things that I never thought that I would give myself permission to try, and I trusted my gut with them. Whether I liked them or not, I still wanted to try it, and I'm glad that I gave myself that opportunity. And I feel like I'm bringing some really solid things into the new year. I for some reason feel like I've talked about this, but I think I've just wrote it down and maybe shared it on Instagram. But some of the things that I really enjoyed from last year that I'm bringing into this year that I want to prioritize is tattooing, ceramics, and of course, lino block printmaking. So, oh, I shared it on my podcast on Patreon. That's what it is. Yeah, so those are the three things that I brought. I'm really prioritizing, I guess, this year is, or honing into those things, kind of mastering them. It's been a while since I filmed, obviously. I had that 5-minute clip that you saw before all this already ready. I mean, like 3 weeks ago, probably. And then I just ended up kind of relaxing the rest of the year, which is the break I didn't know that I needed, to be completely honest with you. I played tons, like hours and hours of Stardew Valley. I bet you I've probably played at least 48 hours in total, if not more. Not obviously in one setting, but the last 3 weeks I went from, I think it was like fall of year 3, and now I'm in the spring of year 6. So I was grinding on my farm. I literally doubled the size of my farm just recently, which is really exciting. But if you don't know Stardew Valley, this doesn't make any sense. But those of you that do, you girls out here. And it's been a blast. And it was really just like a little escape, a rest, just a little reset. And I needed play in my life because I feel like I had just been working. And most, if not every single holiday, that's when I work probably the hardest. I work hard all year, but I feel like that's the time that I kind of like grind and burn myself out. And then by the time the new year comes around, I'm like burnt out. I have no creativity left in me. And this year I decided to slow down. I only did one market in December. I really didn't do anything crazy the rest of the year, and I just allowed myself to play, escape, rest, hit a mega gigantic reset button, and I feel so ready for this year and the things that I want to accomplish, and I'm ready for the challenges that may come. I'm also ready for the new things that may come, and I'm really trying to just let go and let things be. I think my biggest thing is just overthinking a ton of things, and I'm really trying to just accept things as they are, especially the things that I can't control. I spend a lot of energy on things that I cannot control, whether it's just energy thinking about it or like feeling about it, but I'm just really trying to let go of those things and instead shift my focus to the things that I can control and the decisions that I'm gonna make. So that kind of brings us to here. There was a lot more that I wanted to talk to you about, but as you saw, I did I think the last market footage is in that 5-minute clip. I haven't edited this yet, so it's been a while since I've watched that little 5-minute clip. But then I had the new, the opening of the Artful Exchange gallery, and it was such an honor to be there. I have my pieces back home now, my little babies. And yeah, it was just a great opportunity and just such a dream come true just to be a part of such an amazing environment with so many other amazing artists. It was just the best. I have no words for it other than I'm so honored to have been a part of it, and it was really just like, it made me believe in myself a lot more. It made me feel like I can keep showing up and that I do have something to offer. I do have something to say with my work. And I do want to do more big pieces regardless of doing like the tattooing, the ceramics, and the lino block printmaking. Those are like my three main things, but on the side, I do want to continue making some large scale pieces that I kind of have in my brain. Some ideas that I have. I want to draw a little bit more, sketchbook a little bit more. I have coloring books that I have barely even gotten into that I would love to just like color. And things that I did not film were ceramics. So I did actually get everything set up for my ceramics. You may have saw a little clip earlier when I was lighting my candle. I gave a little snapshot of what my little ceramic section of my studio looks like. And it has been a blast. So much so that I even found myself at like 11 p.m. playing with clay. Like, it is so much fun. I am loving every second of it. Totally different from last, I think it was January, beginning of the year when I went to the wheel throwing class. And I talked about this before. It really, I think it came down to the teacher that I had. I ended up not even finishing the class because it just felt like it wasn't worth it. I wasn't really getting anything from it. I'm so glad that I allowed myself to still try ceramics regardless of wheel throwing or not. So I've been hand building and it is so fun. I tried the coil method, the slab method, and the pinch pot little method, and I wanted to see which one I liked the best. And I love all the things that I made. I don't have any here to show you. I ended up giving them to my friend. Shout out to Jessie if you're watching. Thank you, Jessie, so much. She is amazing and she is letting me rent her kiln. So, bless. But yeah, so I love everything that I made and it was just so fun to try it out. I think my favorite, the one that I think I can come back to the most consistently, is the pinch method. The way that they come out is so like, I don't want to say trashy, but like it's so just like unique and like it's just not perfect at all, and I love that look so much. And I have these little like stamp letters that I want to like put little letters and words and things on my ceramics, and I got a couple of glazes that I'm gonna try out. They haven't come in yet, but I think I'm probably gonna stick to like the kind of like natural clay look with like clear glazes, maybe speckled glazes, and black. I feel like black is probably going to be the main color or lack of color that I use other than the natural clay. And then I got some other colors just to try out and like some underglazes to try. And then I also have this like, I'm really excited about this one underglaze that I got. It looks like a crayon. So when you put it on, it looks like crayon is on it. And I saw a couple of ceramicists that I follow, they do that technique and they draw on and it just looks like crayon. It's so cool. I have a couple of images on Pinterest saved that have that look as well that I want to try out. So I feel like ceramics right now is just like a fun hobby that I really want to prioritize, and I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go with it. Just kind of like depending on how much I'm enjoying it, if I really want to, you know, market it or market myself as a ceramicist. A lot of different things to think about there. I don't even know how to ship ceramics yet. Like, so there's just a lot, and I'm known as like a printmaker, so we shall see. But that is also, I'm really rambling, but it's been a minute, so let me catch up with you, okay? But I have really been getting away from, you may have noticed my website even changed to Lexi Dahlia. Everything used to be under Mindful Living, and I still am keeping Mindful Living as like the hub of where everything is, because everything has to do with navigating the human experience mindfully. I am not really marketing myself as a small business owner anymore. I was really big on, I have a small business, I'm a small business owner, this and that. And I noticed that it was kind of like making me limit myself. And that's something that I discovered last year, is that every single time I, you know, said I was a business owner, it kind of started to feel wrong because of how much I changed last year. I allowed myself to try a ton of new things that I did market on my business platform. I changed a lot of the way that I do things, which is not consistent and reliable for a business to function off of. And so it feels less like a business and more like I'm really stepping into being a full-time artist. And that means that my medium in which I express myself is going to change. It's going to be up in the air. Of course, there's going to be things that I stick around with, like the printmaking. But overall, I felt like it's a really unreliable and inconsistent business model to be changing this much. And I talked about this in my podcast, I think, or I wrote it down in an update. I cannot remember. Either way, it's on Patreon. From 2020, I thought that I was gonna be making stickers and prints forever as a side hustle. That's what I thought on Etsy. Then things started to change pretty rapidly. I started coming out with merch. Then I changed my name. So I started out as Honeybee Mindful. Then I was still Honeybee Mindful, but I changed my logo. I started selling coffee from a local roastery. Realized how hard that is. I wanted to open up my own coffee shop. That dream quickly died because I was like, this is crazy. And then I went through a name change and another logo change to Mindful Living. And now I'm still Mindful Living, but I don't really have a logo, and it's mostly just me being an artist. So I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go with that this year, but I am starting to notice that I'm having a lot more things under just my name specifically. Even Mindful Living is now under Lexi Dahlia. Lexi Dahlia is me, the artist, and I feel like all the business stuff is kind of starting to fade a little bit more because I'm not really seeing myself as a small business owner anymore. I'm just seeing myself as an artist, and I think that's actually really freeing, and it's given me permission and a lot of openness to try all the things that I wanted to try last year and to bring those things with me into this year. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm feeling on the business full-time artist front. I am really liking the direction that I'm heading in. I think that's really all. I think that's most of the things that, I mean, majority of the time that I've been gone, I've just been playing Stardew Valley, like I said, and spending time with my family, but that's been pretty much it. So I'm sorry for being super incredibly MIA with zero notice, but yeah, thank you for your patience. I really enjoyed the time off, and I'm thankful that I was able to actually take time off and come back to this year and start it fresh rather than burned out like I do every single year. I'm so tired of January being like a burnout month. It's, for the first time, it feels light, it feels airy, and it feels good. Last thing before I get started with my day, me and my friends we've been talking about how we really want to do like the artist way, and we just want to, like, I don't know, have a group where we can talk about like creativity and spirituality. Just like openly have our own opinions and move on with our lives, and just have a group that we can talk about these things with, like a safe space where we can just talk about our perspectives. So we started a little group, and we're gonna be going back through the artist way. So I'm probably going to have some little tidbits of the artist way here and there in my videos. I did say I was gonna go through it last year, completely fell off. I went through it the year before, completely changed my life. I can't believe I didn't stick with it last year because of how much it impacted me the year prior. So I'm glad that I have a little group to have like accountability with it. So I'll probably be sharing those things as well throughout the next 12 weeks. Or it'll probably be longer than that because I don't think we're doing 1 week at a time. Anyway, I think that's all my updates that I think are necessary. I kind of went off on a side tangent there. Regardless, we're here, we're back. And I was thinking today, besides editing more of this video and kind of like preparing, you know, for 2025, kind of putting down a little bit more notes, I was thinking of tattooing. So if that sounds fun to you, then I highly encourage you watch the remainder of this video, even though this talking point was extremely long. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. I'm gonna head out now. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, I'm gonna walk through my setup for tattooing at home. This is something that like literally anyone can do, which is insane to me. But everything I got on Amazon pretty much that you're gonna be seeing. So very doable, not, you know, super affordable. I think it's affordable to get things slowly and, you know, acquire things as you go. But I'm gonna walk through a full setup, the things that I use, all of that stuff. I already printed out my stencil. I had like a couple issues with my iPad and connecting to the little printer thing, so that's already done. I'm just gonna walk you through it. I try to be as sterile as possible, even though I'm working with fake skin. I try to like do the normal things that you would do if you're actually tattooing like a client, but I don't have all of the cleaning supplies that I need for that, so I'm as clean as I possibly can be. So this is not like tattoo grade video, like, or any of the cleanliness, any of the, what am I trying to say? Like the antibacterial, all of that kind of stuff. This is not like how you should clean for a client. This is just like clean enough for tattooing fake skin in your house. So just wanted to preface that. But anyway, so yeah, let's set some things up. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is clean said surface that you're gonna be working with. I have one of these. You can obviously just use like a normal like desk, but this has wheels and you can kind of move it wherever you want. But this is where you put like your needle, your machine, your paper towels, everything that you're gonna be using, this is where it goes. And this is like the most sterile workspace that you'll be working with, obviously where the client would be, and the skin is gonna be just as sterile, but this is where like everything that is like super sterile goes. You don't like put your phone on this or like drinks or anything like that. Then you take plastic wrap. I like to do it, like I like to spray it again, because the plastic wrap sticks to like wet surfaces a lot easier. And this is always the hardest part because I don't know about you, but this like plastic wrap always gets stuck together and it's really difficult to keep it separated. Oh my God. Hello? Hello? I literally hate this part so much. Ugh, that's awful. You know what? And that's about how it goes every single time. It literally sucks. Do you see me in here? I'm struggling. I freaking hate plastic wrap. Oh my God. Now what? I also have everything in this box that is 100% not sterile. So again, this is just if you're tattooing at home, not actually tattooing a client. So I call this like the dentist bib. It's kind of like the bib that goes around you at the dentist. I just unfold it and kind of place it in there like that. I feel like I should move you all closer for this part and just not get my face in it because, yeah, so you could see the tray. All right, so here is where you take your wooden little tongue depressor. Get some nice little A&D ointment. Get a pretty good scoop. And then I kind of just like go like that so it sticks. But I have all this to work with because I use that for like when I'm actually tattooing. Hello? Well, that's not good. Oh! So our power just went out, and it came back on. So we're just gonna keep moving. All right, so this is the ink caps where you put your ink. And to make them stick on this, I pretty much just take a little dollop of that, stick it. I'm not really sure. I still haven't gotten the hang of like how many ink caps I'm supposed to use. I'm sure I'm using way too many, but I'm gonna go with 3 because I'd rather have more ink than not enough ink and have to like reapply, get more ink. So this is the ink that I use. It's the Dynamic brand and I get the triple black color. I really like my blacks to be black. I do always cover it when I shake the ink. I always cover it with a paper towel just in case it's a little open and it gets everywhere. Pouring the ink is a lot harder than it looks, okay? Don't judge me for spilling. Wow, that was bad. I did already clean the space that I'm gonna be tattooing. I already wiped it down. I cleaned the fake skin and all that stuff, so I'm just worried about this space right now. And the last thing is getting your needles and setting up your machine. And obviously putting the stencil on, which I totally meant to do that before all of this because the stencil needs time to dry. So let's go set up the stencil and come back to this. So I already tattooed on this portion of the fake skin, so I'm gonna be working with this part. Now I'm gonna be doing a chrysanthemum. You can't really see it. I'm not sure if this stencil printed out correctly. It was all weird and it only did like the outline, so we'll have to see. But this is the stencil primer that I use. It's pretty good. You can also use deodorant if you're at home. You cannot use deodorant on a real human being, but this you can use on a real human being. So it's really hard to get out though. And I'm still not totally sure how much a stencil needs. These are things I'm learning with like trial and error. I'm kind of teaching myself. I did have an apprenticeship you might have seen a little bit ago. She ended up moving about an hour away, so we haven't been able to meet up or do an apprenticeship or anything like that anymore. So I'll send her questions and stuff like that, but I pretty much am on my own as of right now. It looks fine. I think this will be fine. I just press against it, really make sure that the stencil gets on there. Let's see if this is good enough. It'll work though. I'll be able to see it. I just need to give it like plenty of time to dry. Yeah, that stencil is very messed up. That's not usually what it's supposed to look like, but it is doable, and I do not want to go through that again, so that's what we're working with. All right, so I had to change my gloves because that purple stuff and just the stencil primer gets absolutely everywhere. So this is where I usually change my gloves, and then I do this whole setup. But again, I forgot to do the stencil first and let it dry. But anyway, so now we get our needles and set up the machine. So I have a mask. I'll have the exact name. I don't know the exact name, but this is the brand that I have in the model. And again, I got it on Amazon. It's super affordable. Like, this is a really affordable machine, and it's also like really good. So I have this big roll of barrier tape that we will be using in a second, but I wanted to show you what the roll looked like. And it is important for it to be clear because that goes over the machine here, and you want to be able to see your numbers and your buttons and things like that. So the clear barrier film is going to be what you need for covering up this area. So our trusty friend that we hate, plastic wrap. We need that again, just a little bit though. Like literally that's enough. And you're gonna take that, stretch it over as tight as possible where the needle goes. Wrap it around like that. Then everyone sets up their machines differently, but this is just the way that I like to set mine up. Then I take the barrier film, and it's just like a little slip there, like pre-cut already. And so that it doesn't overlap too much where the numbers are in the screen, I kind of start off to the left like this, or the right, my bad, might be left from looking where you're looking. And then I bring it around like that. And then this part, you would normally want to like tape this like shut completely, but since again, I'm not tattooing real clients, I'm just gonna leave it like that, that's fine. And then we take our little grip tape and wrap the bottom part of the machine. I kind of like to go like up and down and get it pretty close to where like the needle goes. Then I go back up. Oh, I think I just ran out. Yes, I did. I don't think I need more actually. Yeah, I'll probably be fine with that. I don't really need mine super wide. It kind of like is to each their own how wide you want the base to be. And now we go to needles. So I have a couple different sizes that I like to use. These are the needles that I have found are really nice. They're the Mass Pro. They're affordable and they're really nice. So there's nothing, you shouldn't really be going too crazy when you're just doing stencils. You don't need to buy like super nice needles, but honestly, I would tattoo clients with these. These are really, really nice. They pull the ink really well and it doesn't like splatter everywhere in the machine. So this is the brand that I use. I use a 3 round liner. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I liked the 5 the most. So I'm gonna give myself out a 5. I'll probably stick with that actually. I'll have the 3 here just in case, but I'm gonna use the 5 round liner, and then I have the 5 mag, which is like the shading needle. So yeah, that's my setup here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 5 in. If I was tattooing a client, I wouldn't even open this yet. I would let them watch me put the needle in here brand new, just because I like that when artists show me that. I save this for later because when I like put everything in the garbage, I put this in there as well, so there's no like hanging needles in my garbage. But yeah, I really like it when my artist shows me them putting the needle in brand new out of the package, because, you know, just safety hazards. Poke a little hole and then you insert your needle, twist it. I usually test it. That's good. I don't know if you can see if it's gonna focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus. But yeah. So machine's set up, I have all my needles. The last thing that I forgot that is super important, paper towels. I always get the ones that are already pre-cut in half, because it's just nice to, all you have to do is rip them and lay them there. You don't have to like cut the large size ones in half. They're already cut for you. And I usually use a good amount. I try my best to use the most out of each paper towel, but I usually end up using a good amount depending on how much I'm tattooing that day. Okay, I'd say that's probably good. All right, so this is the workstation that we're working with. I'm gonna go see if the stencil's dry. I'm probably not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna be tattooing, so yeah, I hope this was helpful if you're interested in tattooing, but this is my setup, and let's go tattoo a chrysanthemum. Well, you made it to the very end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you might as well give a little like. You might as well subscribe, hang out a little bit more, you know? See what's up in 2025. I'm really excited to bring you all along the journey, especially the hand building journey. I'm gonna be filming a lot more of that in the next video. The mail person is stopping by and I feel like my dog is about to bark. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching again. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.